Mark McGowan from the Department of History at the University of Toronto, and I'm here beside the Royal Canal in County Longford in Ireland along the Great Famine Way. And I've in front of me a pair of bronze shoes, in a sense representing the 1490 and many others who used this as their great highway to Dublin in 1847 and 1848, fleeing the worst ravages of the Irish famine. Now, if you look down the canal behind me, just imagine that in 1847, each bank was teeming with hundreds of people, carts full of baggage, carts with victuals for the 1490 that had been provided to them by Major Dennis Mann as part of their assisted program off his estate at Strokestown Park and on their way to homes, hopefully in Upper Canada. And if you can imagine the noise and the smells and the gaggle of close to 900 children who would have been part of this, having to be corralled from the canal and from the canal steep banks by their parents, herded quickly by the bailiffs that were sent under the command of Bailiff Robinson from Strokestown. Imagine too the barges that are in this canal, actually some of them filled with foodstuffs, which makes the whole scene rather ironic as those fleeing famine are walking alongside barges that in some cases may have been full of grain headed for export. Men inebriated on board these ships because they drank beer in copious quantities, catcalling the young girls along the shore, the horses pulling the barges, defecating freely, and people having to walk through it. It was a scene here at Abbeyshrule of absolute chaos as people were trying to move as quickly as possible to the port of Dublin and then be ferried to their British destination, and that is Liverpool, and finally to Quebec.